All right, we're trying again. God damn it. Ah, spanakopita. Greek food is good. Greek food is delicious, actually. Yeah, Greek food is the dank. All right, where were we at? I'm confused now. I don't remember where I was at in my rant about. Oh yeah, yeah. I remember now. Let me wait until everyone's here. Um. Are you hearing me? Is it all good? I would call the Russian diplomat friend. No, I think it was a problem with Restream.io. It crashed because you had over 20 viewers. Yes, big Twitch doesn't want to see me grow. The big T is stopping me. Anyways, we were talking about right, like punitive, rehabilitative justice, the problem with freedom, the problems with society. So I was basically just saying I perceive a problem with prisons being needlessly cruel when restraining someone's freedom is enough to stop is enough to justify like a prison being a punishment in this of itself. And you brought up homelessness, and I think that you just got to solve both problems. You just got to solve both problems. You can't use the problem with homelessness as an argument to not improve another part of society. That like feels really fucked up to me. I was about to give you emote editor role on BTTV. Oh yeah, wait, you should, fuck. I should like DM you in like off stream hours, and we will set that up. Yeah, damn it. I was actually gaining viewers, and then lost the stream. Oh well, shit happens. I'm arguing the homeless issue is not solvable, so solving jails is not possible currently. Um, I don't know that I agree. No, especially since. Oh wait, is this? Oh yeah, this is my stream. Under capitalism. Well, the thing is, countries that do have there are countries that do have humane prison systems, and they don't have the problem you're describing. So I'm skeptical of that even being a valid counter argument. And homelessness, I think, is even solvable under a mixed system, like a social democracy. I think could solve homelessness. Honestly, this is a decent article. The radical humaneness of Norway's Halden prison. Yeah, that's cool. Wait, the article is okay now. Nope. God damn it! I hate those like stupid modern websites. Like I cannot scroll down. I cannot. I cannot go down. We saw the article and it doesn't show up. This only happens in nations with high wealth to population ratios. There definitely is a problem there where you do need a lot of like fundamental wealth in order to put into place those really strong social programs. And I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to pretend that's not the case. But let me just keep this article open though, because I do want to check it out after, like figure out how to read it. But that does not mean that we can't improve things somewhat, at least. Maybe we can't improve them as much as like say Norway did it. But I think saying there's no improvement possible, especially looking at the U.S. prison system, seems wrong to me. Have you heard of Australia? No, Australia doesn't exist. Australia doesn't exist, by the way. Mm. If you actually pay attention when you're watching The Shining in you'll notice that Kubrick puts in some very subtle hints indicating that Australia does not exist. Australia is not real. And Kubrick knew the truth and he wanted to tell us. I just realized UK is still doing the meme. Now they put migrants on the island. Yeah, yeah. And Australia is doing that, right? Australia is throwing its illegal migrants on a prison island, basically. That's like that's the thing that Lauren Southern admires in Australian immigration policy. That they like don't even let the immigrants set foot on Australia. UK sending them to Uganda or somewhere, but I didn't hear about the UK doing that as well. Migrant facilities out of country. Is that the... From Israel to Australia, several countries have used offshoring policies. Oh, offshoring is the term. Okay. Britain set out details on Tuesday of a new law barring the entry of asylum seekers arriving in small boats across the English Channel. The illegal migration bill. I mean, anyone who arrives that way will be detained, prevented from claiming asylum, and deported, either back to their own country or to so-called safe third countries. Last year, Britain agreed to a deal to send tens of thousands of migrants and asylum seekers to Rwanda, though the first planned deportation flight was blocked by a last-minute injunction granted by the European Court of Human Rights. Yeah, I was going to say, this goes absolutely against international law. Refusing to investigate people's asylum status and deporting them to just a random fucking country instead of the actual country of origin. Those are... Now, I'm not like a human rights lawyer, but I'm pretty sure those are law-breaking procedures. Now, that being said, like, countries ignore those kinds of laws all the time, but still. DeSantis sending them to Pelosi's house. Yeah, I saw that. That was the last year, right? You cannot get residence or something if you're not in the UK since 2 generations or something. Oh, they have a grandfather rule. Wait, what? Wow, that's interesting. Politicians are willingly breaking the law, you know? Yeah, I know. I just said it. A lot of countries broke this law. In fact, I mean, Poland was breaking this law with the Syrian and like Iraqi refugees coming in from Belarus. Poland was breaking international law by just dumping them on the other side of the border, and the EU closed its eyes on that because everyone was happy to not have another migrant crisis and to, you know, push back against Belarus and Russia and all that. And now Poland is the hero. Yeah, and dude, people were shitting on Poland for that, but the truth is, every like European government was super happy that Poland was willing to be the villain in that situation. Poland was doing what everyone like wanted them to do. They were like, no more filthy pores coming into our bastion of liberty. Mia's Germany still wants kudos for 2015. Who is that? Kudos research. Probably not that, right? What are you talking about with kudos? Oh, kudos are praises. Oh, praises. Oh, fuck. Okay, sorry. I was like, I thought it was like a special thing. Okay, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, for 2015. Yeah, no, dude. Germany, like the German effort at taking in all those asylum seekers was insane. Absolutely crazy. I do admire that a lot, absolutely. I definitely give you a lot of kudos. All the kudos. Man, it's crazy. They're just sending them to Rwanda. That is fucked up. Not that Rwanda is wrong or bad or good or whatever. I don't know what state Rwanda is in right now. It's just like, imagine you're from fucking Syria and then they just ship you to Rwanda. Like, what the fuck are you supposed to do in Rwanda? Like, Jesus Christ, what a horrible situation to put people in. Like, you're not going to speak the language. You're gonna have even less chance of being properly treated as an asylum seeker than in like anywhere else. I am pro-immigration. Canada needs loads. Oh, I got some big fat loads for you, inappropriate innuendo. We need workers in general. Okay. Speaking of big fat loads and buff workers, do you need some cowboys?
18 naked cowboys in
Do you need 18 naked cowboys in the showers in Canada, giving you loads, giving you hard work? That is slave trade, dude, right there. There is actually a socialist argument against open immigration policies, and it's basically the same logic. It's this idea that the movement of workers leads to the devaluation of workers and thus the devaluation of workers' rights in the recipient country. It makes the workers lose their negotiation leverage against their employers in the countries that are recipients of workers. It's one of those things where suddenly, like, certain like far left analyses of society and the economy suddenly like argue for the same things as certain like far right. Not to like go into horseshoe theory or whatever, but that is one of those areas where they are connected. Depending on the ideology, of course. There are also far left ideologies that are all for freedom of movement and freedom for workers to travel and all that stuff, of course, as well. To be more specific, if not to strawman like leftist arguments again, the actual argument would be that migrant worker migration under capitalism devalues worker rights, whereas worker migration under socialism would not harm worker rights. If Turn is still watching, was that correct? Am I done strawmanning? Free movement, yeah. Yeah, there's this really beautiful Charlie Chaplin. There's this really beautiful scene that I really like. It's this one.
This, Your Majesty, is Rupert, our young editor.
How do you do, Rupert?
How do you do?
Sit down. And what's that you're reading?
Karl Marx?
Oh, surely you're not a communist.
Do I have to be a communist to read Karl Marx?
Rupert.
That's a valid answer. Well, if you're not a communist, what are you?
Nothing.
Nothing?
It is like all forms of government.
But somebody must rule.
And I don't like the word rule.
Well, if we don't like the word rule, let's call it leadership.
Leadership in government is political power, and political power is an official form of antagonizing the people.
What magazine did you say he edits?
A commentary on current events.
Pardon me, Master.
Dude's a fucking Twitch politics streamer, actually.
My dear young man, politics are necessary.
Politics are rules imposed upon the people.
In this country, rules are not imposed. They are the wish of all free citizens.
Travel around a bit, then you'll see how free they are.
Yes, but you didn't let me finish.
They have every man in a straitjacket, and without a passport, he can't move a toe.
But if you'll allow me to
In a free world, they violate the natural rights of every citizen.
But you don't let me... Will you...
They have become the weapons of political despots.
Yes, but may
And
I...
if you don't think as they think, you're deprived of your passport.
Will you allow me
To leave a country is like breaking out of jail.
Yes,
and
but-
to enter a country is like going through the eye of a needle.
But
Am
will-
I free to travel?
Of course you're free to travel.
Only with a passport.
Will you allow me to say something?
Only with a passport. Do animals need...
This is an actual Twitch debate. Oh, like the guy cutting off the other person and stuff. And speak over them until they give up. Classic. Exactly. This is a real portrayal of what Twitch was going to become.
passports?
Have you finished?
It's in Congress that in this atomic age of speed, we are shut in and shut out by passports.
If you'll shut up and let somebody else talk...
And free speech, does that exist?
No, you've got it all.
And free enterprise.
We were talking of passports.
Today it's all monopoly. monopoly.
All right. Now will you
Can
allow
I go
me?
into the automobile business and compete with the Auto Trust?
If I can get in a word,
Not a chance. Can I go into the grocery business and compete with the chain stores?
will you shut up?
Not a chance. Monopoly is the menace of free enterprise. As I look back 60 years ago,
Where were you 60 years ago?
He was a glint in his great-grandfather's eye.
Very well now. Have you finished? Now let me say something. Let me tell you how wrong you are. In the first place,
He's never gonna finish. This kid's Twitch chat like shit posting at the guy during the debates, just flinging shit at his head. So yeah, I just thought about this because of the free movement sentence. Like, and whenever we talk about free movement, I just think back to this scene from Charlie Chaplin. Now that was maybe valid in the 30s, and I don't even like. I agree with everything he says, but I still think that having passports makes sense. You can concede a lot of things of what that kid says about natural rights and all that, and that we are infringing upon them, but also understand that there are compromises in society that are done. From Credit Suisse to Charlie Chaplin, exactly. Classic. The passport is required by the nation you go to, not the one you leave. True as well. True as well. Without cocaine, yeah, no cocaine here. I'm not a coke guy. Okay, I wasn't gonna read this whole article, but this is interesting. Asylum seekers in Rwanda have reported that their lives are better than in Libya's detention centers. Well, at least there's some improvement there. For what it's worth, I guess. All right, did we finish the? Oh no, we didn't finish the Credit Suisse article. Let's finish it. I want to finish this whole topic first, though. Can I finish it? Dude, this article is so long. Chairman Antonio Horta Osorio resigned in January after flouting COVID-19 quarantine rules. Oh no. Oh, dude. Okay, this is another one of those cases of he's the one who got caught. Dude, every fucking politician and business leader was completely ignoring COVID-19 quarantine rules. I had the boss of the company I was working at. He was going on fucking vacation to his family's vacation home during COVID, taking the train and whatever. All he had to do, because at least the way the lockdown was implemented here in France, is that as long as the employer wrote you a paper saying that you had to do this or that movement across the go to this or that place for business, for your work, you had to, so you were allowed to. And well, if you're the boss of the company, you're signing yourself the paper that says that you have the right to do whatever you want. So you pretty much have the right to do whatever you want. What was the punishment? And my boss was not punished. He never had any problems because of that. But yeah, let's. It seems like he didn't get punished. He just resigned from. His position as CEO here, probably because for like the image of the company and stuff. But I remember Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson went to what it's called. Boris Johnson went to fucking Minorca, or something during COVID lockdown. French politicians and like business people and journalists were dining out at like illicit restaurants while everyone was stuck at home and not allowed to eat out and all that stuff. Rules only matter when there are consequences. Well, you also need to get caught. That's the thing. We're talking about like, but yeah. But yeah, no, I don't think there actually were. Well, no, there were punishments for breaking lockdown rules, but the punishments were small fines, or like big fines for normal people, but small fines for like rich people. It was like 150 or 300 euros the first time, then like 1,000 or 1,050, 500 euros the second time, and then like the third time you got caught breaking quarantine rules, I think was like 3,000 euros and perhaps some like Potentially some like jail sentence, like a small one, but I'm not sure about that. I would have to recheck. So the poor were punished, yes, exactly, which unfortunately is often the case. The abrupt move came less than a year after Horta Osorio was brought in to clean up the bank's corporate culture, marred by its involvement with collapsed investment firm Archegos and insolvent supply chain finance firm Greensill Capital. Tuna bond fraud. Credit Suisse pleaded guilty to defrauding investors over an $850 million loan to Mozambique meant to pay for a tuna fishing fleet, and is paying US and British regulators $475 million to settle the case under a deal announced in October. About $200 million of the loan went in kickbacks to Credit Suisse bankers and Mozambican government officials. Yeah, let's go! Let's go, dude! Corruption, my favorite thing. I love corruption. I love it when you just fucking throw money around and kick back all that money that's supposed to aid a developing country. Fined by net worth when? I would actually not be against that. I agree. I bet in downtown Frankfurt or London there are people calculating fees into their salary and breaking local restricting rules. Well, that's like what companies do, right? We were talking about it earlier. Companies literally break the rules, break the laws, and because they know they like already budgeted the fucking the fines into their operating costs. How would a net worth fine be calculated? That is a good question, though. The calculation would be problematic because you calculate on salary, then people with passive assets, I guess income. It would have to be income and not net worth at the end of the day. It would have to be income. Income fines wouldn't cover the problems like dealing with like obscenely rich people, but it would cover most of the injustice in those situations. Whereas the problem with net worth calculation, I guess, is that it depends on the specifics of how tax law works in the country. The countries that keep close track of people's assets should have no problem doing like a net worth fine. You could just like, I don't know, do like a yearly or bi-yearly declaration of your assets and stuff like that. But you're right, it would add a lot of complexities. It would be simpler to do it on income because you are already declaring income to the tax authorities. I bet the rich would end up with less fines under those rules. Just move the money. Well, in that case, they're like doing tax evasion. That's already illegal, and they already do that. You'll tell me, but still, like you're still doing like yeah, rich people would shape their assets to appear poor. Exactly. A lot of countries already do fines based on your yearly salary for certain crimes. Interesting. Yeah, but you guys are right. It would be better to do it on net worth. And yeah, sure, it would be another incentive for tax fraud and tax evasion. But I mean, what you gonna do? Like, you got to fight that. That's like another problem that you also got to fight, right? I still think it's a good idea. I still think the net worth fine is a good idea. I agree with all of you. The bank was aware of a huge shortfall between the funds raised and the value of boats bought, but failed to disclose this to investors when the loan was restructured in 2016. Oh, dude! So not only did they steal like 100 million. Let's imagine it was a 50-50 split with the Mozambican government officials. They stole like $100 million from the original investment. And then they lied about the state of the investment to the people buying into the restructured loan later on. Oh no. Credit Suisse also arranged a loan that was kept secret from the IMF. When Mozambique admitted to $1.4 billion in undisclosed loans, the IMF pulled its support, sending the southern African country's economy into a tailspin. Oh, right. Oh yeah, that's fucked up. So they hid the loan from the IMF so that the IMF would believe that Mozambique was a better debtor than it actually was. Yeah. I'm waiting for the entrepreneur telling us how much taxes he pays and what parts of society are funded by him. Oh yeah, I've seen that recently in France. Actually, one of the like richest French people was on TV, complaining about people criticizing him, because he like obviously okay, so he does get criticized for being obscenely rich, but also he mostly gets criticized for having ties to corruption scandals in Africa and like all the fucked up stuff that goes hand in hand with that, like all the like French neo-colonial influence. He like owns a lot of infrastructure in Africa. Actually, he owns like train lines, he owns telecoms, and all sorts of stuff. And why am I talking about him? Oh, right, because he went on TV and he was like complaining, no, people don't understand my taxes. I pay so much in taxes. I help the French people, the French economy so much. He was counting into the taxes he pays, allegedly, the income, the corporate taxes of the companies he like runs, which I think is really dishonest if you think about it. The company is the result of the work of like a lot of people, not just him. And all those people are contributing to that added value that is then contributing back into society through the corporate taxes. His personal taxes aren't actually not that big. Here in Germany, some fines are in Tagessätze, which basically means if you have to pay 30 Tagessätze, you have to pay what you would make in 30 days on average, excluding some costs, some living costs. I think it's fairly common among the EU. It's my first time hearing about that, but that's also net income fines and not net worth fines, which has its flaws, but it's interesting. If they are in America, they would pay very little taxes since most of their money would be reinvested in their business, which would lower the taxes by a lot. Yeah, depending, like, I mean, it depends on countries. There's always like schemes to allow you to put your money back into the economy in a non-taxable way. Which also, like, from a purely economic perspective, those incentives actually do make sense. You would rather people put the money back into the economy, whether it's through investment or consumption, rather than just let it sit in like under a mattress. So like obviously I am not for tax evasion or like tax, like when tax optimization goes too far, but to a certain extent those incentives do make sense also, and we have to remember that. Oh yeah, not in that way. Rather, like I gave 5% more tax because fuck it. Look at funds the trains. Oh, like donating money to the government, right? I think people used to do that sometimes, like as a form of philanthropy, but I don't think that happens much anymore. No. Sluggus loves to misunderstand the concept of Tagessätze when he talks about how much you can get fined in Germany for insulting a cop. Nice, good to know. I've heard about that from folks in Switzerland as well, for traffic fines even. If you can't pay, you can sit out the fine in jail. If you can pay, depending on the offense, it's based on your income. Interesting. Okay, the Archegos default. You were talking about it earlier, Scoop. Credit Suisse lost $5.5 billion when U.S. family office Archegos Capital Management defaulted in March 2021. $5.5 billion. That's a pretty big amount of money. The hedge fund's highly leveraged bets on certain technology stocks backfired, and the value of its portfolio with Credit Suisse plummeted. Uh-oh. Leveraged bets on certain technology stocks. Oh no. Oh no. They did the meme thing. They did the Wall Street bets investment strategy, didn't they? They donked on some options on some like wacky tech stocks, and then obviously the interest rates went up, or COVID hit, or well, March 2021, that was COVID times actually. How did they manage to lose money back then? Jesus Christ. An independent report into the incident criticized the bank's conduct, saying its losses were the result of a fundamental failure of management and control at its investment bank, and its prime brokerage division in particular. The report said the bank was focused on maximizing short-term profits and failed to rein in voracious risk-taking by Archegos, despite numerous warning signals calling into question the competence of its risk personnel. Then the Greensill Fund's collapse. Credit Suisse was forced to freeze $10 billion of supply chain finance funds in March 2021, so those both hit at the same time. when British financier Greensill Capital collapsed after losing insurance cover for debt issued against its loans to companies. The Swiss bank had sold billions of dollars of Greensill's debt to investors, assuring them in marketing material that the high-yield notes were low risk because the underlying credit exposure was fully insured. Oh, God. Okay, dude. We already knew that, but don't invest in Credit Suisse. They're liars. They're fucking liars. What's the Hassan clip? Pull up the Hassan clip, Jamie. Jamie. Come on, Jamie.
Nothing I do is performative. So I'm not going to, for instance, I'll use Hassan as an example. I'm not going to talk to a black person like Trihex and say, hey, the N-word, it's always What do you think black people...
What a fucking liar, dude. What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude. What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude. Holy shit, dude.
Excuse me.
Holy
Sorry.
fucking
I'm out of
shit,
control.
dude.
What a good clip. What a classic. What a banger. Don't do Deutsche Bank either. Oh yeah, we did some research into Deutsche Bank when that shit was going down. I remember a little bit of that. So a number of investors have sued the Swiss bank over the Greensill-linked funds. The bank has returned about $6.8 billion to investors so far. Heiko Banger. Yeah. 6.8 billion out of 10 billion. Oh no. Was literally a Russian bank. Yeah. Shareholder anger. Credit Suisse shareholders rejected a proposal from the bank's board to discharge management from other liabilities for 2020, highlighting shareholder anger of the bank's costly missteps. The vote garnered only 35.9% approval at the bank's AGM in April, as proxy advisors pointed to risk and control deficiencies leading up to the Greensill and Archegos meltdowns. That leaves room for shareholders to hold directors responsible for willful or grossly negligent violations of their duties under Swiss rules. Nice. Dude, if Credit Suisse keeps like crashing and burning into the ground, that means heads are gonna roll. There are gonna be like Swiss banker dudes who are gonna be fucking have their lives destroyed. Well, not destroyed. They're gonna go for the jail for 5 years and then go back to their villas. But you know what I mean. Close enough. Spying scandal. Oh no. Credit Suisse chief executive Tidjane Thiam was forced to quit in March 2020 after an investigation found the bank hired private detectives to spy on his former head of wealth management, Iqbal Khan, after he left for arch rival UBS. Yo, corporate espionage too? I mean, look at everything we had. We've had government level corruption. We've had fraud against government officials, against all sorts of people. We've had gross, like, negligent fraud or withholding information in fraudulent ways. We've had, like, credit swap memes. We've had... And now we have corporate espionage. Amazing. Credit Suisse repeatedly played down the episode as an isolated incident. It's the fucking former head of wealth management. This has to be like a top-level decision. You can't go possible deniability and be like, oh, whoops. That was just an isolated incident. That was just our chief executive, okay? That was just some one guy. That's not the organization. Dude, it's the fucking leadership. You're not covering the Dutch elections. I actually came in confrontation with the law today because I almost voted twice and I didn't want to commit voter fraud. So I needed to make a report, and now it's an investigation into the voter fraud by the voter booth. Damn, that sounds like serious business. No, I'm not covering the elections. I was looking into the... I was looking at some like meme, like age... like slowing aging memes earlier, and now we're looking into like financial and banking stuff, like kind of as a follow-up on the SVB stuff from 2 days ago. We're looking at Credit Suisse because Credit Suisse tanked 30% today, and we've looked like into the reasons for today's tanking, and we're also investigating like why Credit Suisse is such a shitty bank in general right now. We're going through the whole history of the fraud, the lies, the mismanagement, the lack of regulatory measures, etc., etc. I'm on my Magic Turtle arc, except it's not crypto, but yes, on my finance arc, yeah. However, Switzerland's financial regulator said Credit Suisse had misled it about the scale of the spine. The regulator said the bank planned 7 different spine operations between 2016 and 2019 and carried out most of them. Holy shit. And it's just an isolated incident, uwu. 7 different top secret covert operations. Oh no. In a rare rebuke, the regulator said there were serious organizational shortcomings at Credit Suisse and that the bank had even tried to cover its tracks by doctoring an invoice for surveillance. Oh no. The worst part of all of this, really, is Credit Suisse consistently doubles down. They get caught red-handed, and every single time their first reaction is to be like, nope, wrong. Look at this paper we faked. Look at this paper we faked. We're innocent, or like whatever. Like they can't admit it. They can never admit their wrongdoing. It's so fucked up. Just call them sussy. Yeah, credit sussy. You're right. You should call them credit sussy. We have the sussy emote, right? Or not. I want to add a sussy emote to the emote list, but I was thinking like myself like twerking in front of the camera, and then doing a GIF out of that. I was thinking maybe I should like buy a cheap green screen so I can do do emotes easily. Oh, or is it sussy? Oh yeah, it's sussy without the all capitals. There you go. Now imagine an intelligence guy becoming a bank executive. Oh yeah, that would be scary. Emotes asparagus. We're adding emotes. We're adding emotes. By the way, if anyone's feeling generous or got a Prime sub sitting or anything like that, if we get 5 more subs, we unlock 1 more animated emote slot and 1 more normal emote slot. If we hit 25 subs, so that would be pretty fucking dank. Obviously, no pressure. You don't have to sub. As long as you're enjoying the stream, I'm happy. You're happy. We're all happy. But just putting that out there, there's that possibility as well. Yo, Credit Sussy is a fucking wild ride. That's what I can say. That's some crazy stuff. Just crumbled under the pressure. Imagine Magic Turtle running the banks. Now everybody's a millionaire. Yeah, Magic Turtle would destroy Credit Suisse, okay? And by this, I mean destroy in the gaming sense. Just $5 can change the world, chat. Feel strong, man. Exactly. All right. That being said, yeah, I need to read that article. Yo, Major League Base. Holy shit. Oh wait, no, you gifted to Major League Base, dude. Major League Base hasn't like shown up in chat in forever. But yo, thanks so much for this for the sub Magic Turtle again. That's so nice. Ooh, appreciate it. Thank you very much. See, Magic Turtle is the example you all have to follow. Make money in crypto and then waste it on random no-name streamers, okay? Oh crap, the alert didn't work. Don't ooh my donos. Sorry, wait, let me fix the Rush Cash. Dude, the alert didn't work. Let me try again. Oh, there you go.
I'm a little uncomfortable with that.
Not if you are only making less than $2 a day. True as well, obviously. All right, people. Peeps. Peepholes. Pepperonis. My pepperoni pizzas. We are raiding out. Because I'm going to be playing some Bar Trauma stuff. Some Bar Trauma with some friends. So streams, it's not actually been a short stream, despite the interruptions. But we're... who are we raiding out into, though? Did you know I set up a debate between Magic Turtle and Fabian Liberty about ANCAP? It was not a debate. I did not know. That sounds fun. I should check it out. Yo, link me the VOD. I'll check it out and get mad because I fucking hate ANCAP, and the Fabian Liberty is a proper fucking. I know. Every time I've seen a Fabian Liberty take, I wanted to like mauled out of my brain. All right, let's raid Lonerbox. Lonerbox deserves it too, dude. Fucking what's his name? Bad Faith Anada has been like attacking Lonerbox for having Lebanese origins and some like schizo insane bullshit on Twitter too. But anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Tomorrow's stream is going to be more in the normal hours. I don't have plans for tomorrow night. And question mark. And bye. So yeah, have fun. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and see you tomorrow. I'm gonna try to like stream a bit earlier than I usually do, but still gonna be like streaming more in the evening than today, obviously. What about Lebanese? Oh, the thing Bad Empanada brought up was some sort of yeah, he was accusing Lonerbox of having like some sort of like horrible person origins, basically. It's as if you were like German and someone was saying that you're like Mengele's granddaughter or something, because for no fucking reason, just to like shit on you. Anyways, have fun with Lonerbox. He's a cool streamer. He's a great video essayist. Hope this stream's gonna be fun. Bye bye.